Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWiseJames. Just reacting to asmongold in this one. He's made a video, go watch it.
Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to talk about the parasite that is payment processors, primarily Visa and MasterCard, in between their very busy schedule of scamming, rent...
Okay, so yesterday, or the day before, PayPal or MasterCard started deciding they weren't going to allow Steam to use them to process transactions for certain games. Now, what I mean by certain games is I mean adult cartoon porn games. Basically, it's like cartoon porn, what they call hentai. And obviously, asmongold is not very happy that the banks won't let him use their cards to pay for that. So he's going to clearly go on some 13-minute rant about how he can't watch cartoon porn. Let me see.
Financially illiterate people into contracts with credit cards that have 30% interest, they've somehow also managed to fuck up the internet at the same time. So recently there's been a group called Collective Shout, which is, I know this might surprise you, a militant group of obnoxious Karens from, I believe, Australia, but let's be honest, it's going to be all over the world, that have gotten together to bully and attack Visa and MasterCard into refusing service with Steam and pressuring Steam to remove certain games off of Steam because these games hurt their feelings. Oh no, it's an incest game. Oh no, it's a fucking not safe for work game. It's a porn game. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? The thing is that...
You know, Asmond, you could just play like a good game, you know, an actual good game, like Battlefield or, you know, a man's game instead of, you know, cartoon porn games that have incest. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Asmond? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And this is the big issue that I have. I'm very agitated about this because I see where this is going.
No, he's very agitated about this because he likes cartoon porn. Come on, Asmond, don't treat us like we're stupid. 3 months ago, you might as well have had a MAGA hat on.
It begins with the incest games, and it ends with whatever the fuck they want. And so if anybody remembers back in the 2000s, if anybody 3,000 years ago, whenever they were talking about how Grand Theft Auto is causing school shootings and these video games are causing this stuff, wants to stop these disgusting fucking annoying Karens from being able to... bully...
I've never seen a man so angry over cartoon porn.
These processors into effectively not allowing us to play the video games that we want, not allowing us to consume the content that we want, and fundamentally, at a very, very basic level, limiting our freedom of expression through effectively looking at the chain, finding the weakest link in the chain, and taking as much advantage of it as possible. And I want to say another thing. Collective Shout and every other Karen Incorporated group, every other bullshit advocacy group that's trying to bully these payment processors, they are the symptom and they are not the disease. Because if you get rid of them, there's just going to be another one that replaces them that does the exact same fucking thing. The disease is the payment processors and the fact that they can act effectively as a cartel. They have total autonomy to deny service to anybody for any reason if they think that it will affect their brand. Well,
they're a business though. They have the right to do that. I'm not being funny, Asmond, right? If I set up a gaming company, like say I'm a millionaire, I set up a gaming company, I can choose which people I let play my game. Like, if you're someone who uses the word retard a lot, I wouldn't let you play. You're toxic. Get off the fucking game. But if you teabag people after killing them, meh, that's okay. Calling all women Karens would also get you not on my game, but calling some women Karens, I wouldn't really care. But if I had someone in my business who I knew did hentai porn or watched hentai porn or played hentai games, yeah, I would sack them. I would sack them for being a dirty little creep. And this guy's standing here defending incest games as well. Now, I'm not being funny. I will be honest here. Asmon's just found out some very bad news, I think, about his father. His father has been diagnosed with cancer. So, I'm not going to sit here and rip him a new one. I think he's going through a lot right now. And I wish you well, Asmond. I wish you well. But I don't think cartoon porn's going to help you.
Why don't we go ahead and think about this in any other utility or any other service? Imagine if you can't get electricity because, oh, well, you use that electricity to go on websites that people disagree with or they don't like. And I have no problem with them denying service to something that is illegal, by the way. I think that's totally okay. But whenever these people want to create their own moral legality and then use these payment processors as a pseudo-government to enforce it as a pretty much monopoly across the entire internet, that's not a free market, that's a fucking cartel. And I think they need to be regulated. I definitely do. And I think that's the only way that this actually solves itself.
They are regulated, just not enough.
Now, obviously, it's great if we had new payment processors come into the space, and I know that a lot of people talk about crypto as a solution to this. I understand that. I personally think that you need to have more regulations for financial stuff, but that's a different conversation.
I agree. We don't have enough regulations for financial stuff. Like, there's rich people in my country can shift all their assets into an account abroad and pay a lower tax rate. So they avoid paying my country's tax by moving it other places. Like, there needs to be more regulation, not less, more on finance.
The one thing that I think we can all agree on is that the current situation is bad. And anyway, so the issue that we have right now is that these payment processors are able to effectively limit our freedom of speech, limit our freedom of expression, tell us what we're allowed to see and what...
No, they're not, though. Like, you're forcing them to do something they don't want to do, which is allow you to use their product to buy what they consider cartoon pornography, or, so, as you said yourself, ancestral pornography. And I can guarantee you, Asmond, some of those games you play and download also hurt children who are cartoons sexually. And these companies are not going to want to be seen as Epstein. I mean, you might not care, Asmond, that playing a cartoon ancestral sexual game with kids in it is wrong and it's not illegal. You might not care, right? But the rest of us, the rest of humans who are parents, yeah, we fucking care, mate. We fucking care. If you're going to play a dirty game like that, it says a lot about you, to be honest. It says a lot about you. Hell of a lot about you. You will never catch a man who's, like, got lots of sexual experience with women, who has regular contact with women, who plays an online sexualized cartoon game and gets off on it. You won't find it. Do you know who does do that? Incels, weaklings, pussies, cowards. You lot play them games. You lot. Some men do it when they're young, 16, 15, 14, then they grow up. You lot are like 30, 40 still playing cartoon sexualized games. Like, I don't understand you. You aren't like me. You literally are not like me.
We're not allowed to see on the internet by denying service and refusing to do business with these different companies.
But it's got nothing to do with that, though. I love how Asmund's trying to make out it's like freedom of like speech and shit. It's not. He's literally defending buying cartoon porn on Steam. That's all this is.
Now, you might think that this is freedom of association, and to a certain degree you'd be right, but the problem is that it's not a free market. If it was a free market, you would have some companies that would be willing to do it and some companies that would not. But the issue is because Visa and MasterCard control such a large market share of payment processing market, what that causes is it causes people to be forced effectively into using them as a service.
No, you don't have to use Visa and MasterCard. There are many other payment options. They are the majority, sure, but there are other payment options. You don't have to use them. That's false. It's a lie.
And in the same way that you guys know this, if you live in an area that only has maybe one power service, or you live in an area that only has one internet service, oftentimes that service is either, there are two outcomes, guys. It's either regulated or it's garbage. And sometimes it's both. But I can guarantee you one thing, it's certainly not good. And the fact is that I understand some people might be against regulation, but I've got to tell you, okay, if you're sitting on the internet using your smartphone complaining about regulation, you might as well just be a fish complaining about water. Everything is regulated. Your car is regulated, your phone is regulated, the battery in your phone is regulated.
I don't complain about regulations. I think we need the government regulated. We should have a regulator for the government. You know how we have like regulators for our water systems, for our law, for our internet providers, for our energy sector? We've got a regulator for every single section of our world you can think of. Finance, law, health. We've got ombudsman and, what was the word again?
The regulated.
Regulators, right? So why doesn't the government have a regulator? Oh, because the government would think the regulator would be more powerful than the government. And technically, they might be.
Car is regulated, your phone is regulated, the battery in your phone is regulated, the data
My body is regulated by my brain.
your phone receives is regulated. Everything in the world is regulated, but we're somehow supposed to think that, oh wow, these billion-dollar companies that, by the way, how the fuck does a credit card company make money? Oh, that's right, by scamming stupid people who don't understand math out of money, writing it off as a loss whenever they don't get the money back, and then being able to say that, oh, well, it's okay, we're not going to pay this off as a tax, because guess what? We didn't make any fucking money because we're signing contracts with massive interest rates to people that are financially illiterate. And so anyway, these companies exist as a parasite, okay? They are. They are a parasite. They steal money from people.
Literally 99% of all businesses are parasites. Like they don't give you a good deal. You don't get a good service and a good product for a fair price. They take you for as much money as they can get out of you. Like, they'll literally turn you upside down and shake you and take however much money they can. It's not a fair deal. It's not a fair world. That's not how it works. There's no such thing. Like, a pack of biscuits that 20 years ago was 10p is now like £1.50. The same pack of biscuits. They haven't changed it. And the biscuits that were £1.50 then are now £2. But you're not paying 30p for these biscuits, are you? You're paying a lot more. Every single company in the world acts like a parasite. That is business. That is business. Parasite.
They are awful. And anyway, now we have a situation that they are affecting our freedom of speech on the internet. They are affecting our freedom of expression on the internet wholesale. And it's only going to get worse. Because once these disgusting, fat, annoying, fucking, just Karens go and they realize, oh, it works one time, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna just say, oh, well, that's it. Well, I heard The View got canceled today, so after this, they're gonna be fucking bored. So they're gonna keep canceling and trying to bully these companies into doing even more things. And there's another not safe for work website. Oh, well, now there's another one. Oh, well, they shouldn't have to support porn. Yeah, they fucking should. The same as your internet provider should. The same as your electricity
Yeah, but these cartoon games have child porn on, Asmond. Child porn. That's what you're advocating for here, Asmond. You don't understand that. You just don't understand it.
Provider should, the same as your water provider should. Can you imagine if they decide to turn off your fucking water or your electricity?
They do turn off your water and electricity. If you don't pay, they will turn off your water. They will turn off your electricity. They literally do that.
Because you're going to a porn website that they don't like? It's ridiculous. And
if you went to a child porn website, I would be happy if the government's turned off your water and electric for that. Honestly, I'd be happy. Fuck you. Shouldn't be a nonce.
So I think that we need to have a degree of accountability here. These companies enjoy a massive privilege in this market. They are effectively totally free to do whatever the fuck they want, and that is going to, unfortunately, negatively affect everybody else. And to be honest with you guys, how many of you know somebody who has credit card debt? It probably already has negatively affected people. And so anyway, my video, what I'm talking about right now, is that I think we need to spread more awareness to this. More people need to know about this, because if it doesn't stop here, it's going to keep going into politics. It's going to keep going into different worldviews. It's going to go into religious stuff. It's going to go into every single aspect that you can possibly imagine, because these companies are gun shy and they're afraid of any degree of pushback. So the best thing that you can do, by the way,
The best thing you can do is just stop worrying.
is if there's ever an instance where people are trying to push for a payment processor to not do something, these companies are afraid of pushback and they're afraid of backlash. That's what they're fundamentally afraid of. So if you want to make it to where they don't do these things and they don't make these changes, you have to be louder than these screeching banshee, harpy, siren Karens. That's what you have to do. You have to do that. And if you don't, they're going to be a lot louder than you are. And that's what's happened for the last 10 years. And luckily, now, especially in the past 3 years, the majority of the internet has basically said, hoes mad, too bad. And we've decided to ignore them. However, they have found, as I said, that one weak link, which is the payment processors. And again, they are awful, they're terrible, but they are a symptom and not the disease. We have to look at these payment processors, how much of a monopoly and everything that they control inside of any online transaction, inside of anything that you're doing in terms of money, and are they using that position in some way that is beneficial for everybody? Is this...
I don't know if Asmon knows, but like, you can use Google Pay. Like, Google Pay is not technically MasterCard and your debit card. You can use Google Pay in other ways. Like, you can set up a foreign bank account and then attach it to your Google Pay account, and that foreign bank not use like PayPal or MasterCard, like, or Visa debit. They have their own system, sort of thing. There are other ways to do this, Asmund. You just live in this American fantasy where only Visa and MasterCard exist. Like, you live in this American delusion, this American fishbowl. Get out the fishbowl, mate. Get out the fishbowl. And then you will see it for what it really is. A bowl of lies. That's what you live in. A bowl of lies. And if you need any proof, look at your fucking president. Need I say more?
Something that subverts subverts people's expression, or is it something that hurts it? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? And so I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, because I feel like nobody else is saying anything. A lot of people might not understand this issue, or they might think, oh, well, it's just a rape game or something like that. Here's where they should draw the line. Is it illegal? If it's illegal...
Yes. Yes, incest is illegal. And yes, child porn, even when it's cartoon child porn, is illegal. Although it is not considered the most offensive category of child pornography, no. But cartoon child pornography is still child pornography, and it is deemed as such. So yes, incest is a crime. Yes, child pornography is a crime, even when it's a cartoon, Asmund. What was the other one?
Here's where they should draw the line. Is it illegal? If it's illegal, then yeah, of course they shouldn't give it service.
Yeah, incest is illegal, Asmund. I know you in the South in America think dating your cousins and sleeping with your sisters is normal, but it's not. That's incest. It's against the law. That leads to awful human mutations and diseases, which is why it's illegal. Like, it's called inbreeding, right? It's illegal. And then making, like, there's literally a guy in the UK who just went down for over 10 years for producing that stuff with an AI machine. So he didn't actually, no child was actually involved in what he did. He just got AI to do it all for him. And he got 10 years, Asmund. 10 years. So if the American government catches you playing a hentai game with children on it, and you go to jail for 10 years, I will laugh. I will laugh, Asmon, because it's a disgusting thing. Like, you're a grown man watching cartoon porn, some of which has children in. I think it's fucking disgusting, and you need to literally have your hard drive thoroughly checked. Thoroughly checked.
If it is, then yes, they should absolutely have to. It should be the exact same as an electricity company, as a phone company.
No, because you need electricity to live. You don't need cartoon porns or like cartoons on Steam to live. Okay? This is like saying, I'm going to take my bank to court because they're not letting me access my bank account because I'm a terrorist and my assets have been frozen. So because of my beliefs, they're trying to use that against me to stop me accessing my money or using their services. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. Brrr. Fucking hell, Asmon. Are you this obsessed with child fucking cartoon shit?
As a, internet company, as a water company, or anything else, the random, debanking and removal of payment processing for certain people for certain ideological means is a massive problem, and it helps no one. And so,
I mean, you could just withdraw the money from your account, go to the shop, get like a Steam voucher, because I'm sure you can buy Steam vouchers, so buy yourself a $100 Steam voucher, and then redeem that on the Steam website or on the Steam app for your money. And there you go, you got £100 in your Steam account. You didn't need to use the service of PayPal and the MasterCard to buy the product. You could use it to withdraw the money and use that cash to get that credit in that product rather than the card itself. So you're technically using the card, but you're circumventing their block, okay? And it doesn't take a genius.
Because it gives them the power to censor things and effectively tell people what they're allowed to see on the internet, and effectively subvert the will of the people by acting as a pseudo-government because they're able to control this very small link in the pipeline. And so anyway,
I'd call it a pretty big link, like.
That's why I'm talking to you guys about this. I want everybody to be aware of this. I want people to see it, and I want you to be vigilant. And I can guarantee you, this is the worst thing. I can guarantee you that it's going to get worse. Because people, I don't think that there is enough awareness about this yet. I don't think that there is enough people talking about this. And I don't think people really understand this issue because there are still people who are afraid to speak out about it because they don't want to be seen as defending incest games.
See, he's happily defending incest games, right? So what else would he defend? Think about it.
No problem defending incest games. I think that's totally fine. You want to play a fucking anime incest game on Steam?
You could always...
Incest is a crime, though, isn't it? Literally, incest is a crime. It's illegal.
Go ahead. That's okay. Nobody's getting hurt because...
Society is. Literally, society is getting hurt when you're doing stuff like that.
Because guess what? It's not real. Imagine that. A video game doesn't hurt real people, and it doesn't actually exist. So why is it that it's being regulated, and why is it that people are being told what they can and can't see, especially through this third party that shouldn't even be making these decisions to begin with? You want to talk about the brand for Visa or MasterCard? The only time I fucking hear about these companies is whenever they're being called into Congress to explain why they're trying to extort some mother of four out of $250,000 because of compounding interest and debt. It's outrageous. They're disgusting parasites, and I hope more people realize it, and we can actually push and have a degree of regulation and control on these people because they exist effectively. Again, guys, this is not a free market. Please do not say it's a free market. It is absolutely not a free market. The first thing that people who have control of a free market do, or have a majority share of a free market do, is they make sure that it's not free. And that's exactly what they've been doing, and that's exactly the problem. It's the fact that there are not a lot of other competitors. They do effectively control the entire market, And they can effectively use that to force their will onto everybody else. And that's exactly what's happened. So yes, Collective Shout is an annoying bunch of obnoxious, stupid Karens that nobody likes, probably not even themselves. That's why they're spending all day doing this. But, again, if you get rid of them, this is going to happen again. The real problem is the payment processors and the lack of regulation and accountability for what they're doing. So I don't really like this, we can have their cake, you can have your cake and eat it too. Where, these people, they don't get regulated at all, but they can regulate everybody else and decide whatever, whatever they accept and whatever they don't accept.
I mean, that is one point I think Asmund is right on. You should not be allowed to regulate people if you yourself are not being regulated. So the government is not really regulated. Some of it is, not all of it. The military is not regulated. It is regulated upon request for assessment. You know, if someone does something wrong, then they get regulated. There is really very little regulation for some people, but they are like regulators themselves. So some people hand down regulations to the whole world. You know, banking sectors, financial sectors, legal sectors, health sectors. These people hand down regulations to the entire world, but they themselves are subject to no regulations. Like the head of regulators, 9 times out of 10, you can guarantee they are not subject to any regulation. Like the head of water companies are supposed to be held by Ofgem to standards, or Ofwater, like the official regulator for the water companies. But like all they've done is fine them, you know. And that's all these. If all a regulator can do is fine a company, like a small percentage of their profit, then the companies are always going to make profit from breaking the rules. Like, it doesn't take a genius. If you charge them 50% of their profit, they're still going to think, well, as long as we get 50% profit, that's all right. We don't care. You need to take 100% of the profit, 100% of the profit, and make it illegal to pay a bonus to a company, CEO or shareholders, when there has been no profit. It should be illegal to pay a bonus when there has been no company profit within the last 5 years. It should literally be illegal. Because what you're doing is making staff redundant so you can give one person more money. Because if you didn't have enough money to pull a profit, you're going to have to make some redundancies and cuts. So you certainly can't afford the bonus. So my law that I would introduce is no one in any company up and down the UK would be allowed to give someone within their company a bonus unless the company had a profit within the last 5 years. If the company did not have a profit within the last 5 years, it would be a criminal offence to pay anyone at the company a bonus. That's what I would do. People would fucking hate it, but all these big companies would never be able to give their CEOs bonuses anymore when they're making losses. Like, imagine you've got a company that has a loss and they reward someone for it. They reward the guy in charge when they lose money. Imagine that.
This is not something as simple as, baking a cake or whatever. This is a categorical rule that companies that have a complete monopoly inside of a market are exercising collectively. When companies act collectively and they behave in one specific way that is not, again, in accordance with the law, they are making their own laws and they are not behaving as in a free market. They are acting like a cartel. They're colluding, and more people need to know about it. And in my opinion, I think there needs to be laws against it. I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about it because I think not enough people know. But now you know. Visa and MasterCard can suck a fucking dick, and anybody that supports them is already a dick sucker, so I don't need to say that. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and I had to take my dad to a fucking cancer appointment today.
Yeah, I hope your dad's alright, Asmund. I mean, forget everything we're saying on these videos, you know. Forget the subjects we might agree and disagree on. I wish your dad well. I hope he's okay. I don't wish cancer on anyone. Even my worst enemies, I don't. So, give him my best. Tell him the smartest man in the world says hello.
And so I was busy, which, by the way, oh my god. Just before I end the video, wow, no wonder they haven't cured cancer yet. This is the nicest fucking building I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, I've been in Hilton hotels that are less classy than this cancer facility. Oh my god, they're never curing that shit. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. But anyway, that's for another video. And maybe I'll have my actual tinfoil hat on for that one, unlike this video, which is unfortunately very, very real. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace, Asmon. I might disagree with you, but I do agree that MasterCard and Visa Debit need to have regulators instead of they themselves setting the regulations. Like, I don't think businesses should be allowed to set regulations on their own market. Like, that seems like a recipe for disaster. So I can understand where he's coming from, but I know he's just defending cartoon porn. Like, I know that's what he's doing, really. I mean, he's got a great point. He's made great points. It seems on the surface of it that it's all perfectly logical, but in reality, he's just upset that he can't buy his cartoon porn games. Like, that's literally all it is. Fuck's sake, Asmund.